If you want to learn how to make the best carrot cake cupcakes, everybody loved these in the bakery. They're so soft and tender, perfectly spiced with this to die for cream cheese frosting that's super silky and smooth. These cupcakes also have a super cute topping, cake inspired. I think they're super easy to decorate and everybody loved them in the bakery. So let's get to it. To start, we are going to peel about 3 carrots. It really depends on the size of the carrot, so peel them up and then we're going to grate them. And once you grate them, scale out 1.5 cups and set that to the side, and we are going to get started on our dry ingredients. So for our dry ingredients, we're going to grab a bowl and we're going to put our AP flour, and then we're going to add our ground ginger and our cinnamon. We are going to add our salt, baking soda, baking powder, and I'm going to freshly grate 1/4 teaspoon of fresh nutmeg because I think it's the best. But if you don't have fresh nutmeg, go ahead and add ground nutmeg and that will be perfectly fine. Now we're going to grab a whisk and we're going to stir to combine, and we're going to set aside, and we are going to get started with our wet ingredients. In a bowl, you're going to add your 2 eggs. You're going to add your brown sugar and your granulated sugar and your maple syrup. And now we're just going to give everything a really good whisk, your eggs and your sugar, and we're just going to create a little bit of volume here. You just want to make sure all of your sugar is broken up into pieces and it has a little bit of volume, and it looks kind of like this, so it shouldn't take too long. And now we're going to add our oil, add the vanilla extract, sour cream, and we are going to give all of this a really good whisk just until everything is combined and the sour cream is nicely blended in together. And once you get it into this consistency, we can add our carrots, and I'm gonna whisk this up just to ensure everything is combined. And now that we have all of our carrots incorporated, we are going to start to add the dry ingredients. So I'm just going to gently fold this in, and you don't want to really overwork this batter because you don't want to add too much gluten in it. And once you get it into this consistency, you're all done. There are no signs of flour, and we are ready to move on. So I have a muffin tin here, and I'm gonna fill them up with liners. You can use regular liners. I actually have these festive orange ones because it's carrot cake, why not? And I have these cute little carrot cake cupcakes that are super cute for Easter. So now let's fill the cupcake liners up, and I am using a 4-ounce cookie scoop, and I'm gonna fill them 3/4 of the way up until they're all scooped. Easy peasy. They look so yummy. So our oven is preheated at 350 degrees, and I'm gonna put these in for 20 to 22 minutes, or until you see a toothpick come out clean. And we are gonna set this up to cool, and we are gonna get started on our cream cheese frosting. In a bowl, you are going to add your room temperature butter, and I like to work the butter in a little bit so that it kind of already does some of its work for me. I want it to be a little bit light and fluffy. So beat it about 2 minutes until you kind of get that texture. And now we're going to add our room temperature cream cheese. And we're going to beat this just until combined. So no more than 30 seconds. You really just want to beat this very lightly just so that you don't see any lumps. But if your cream cheese is room temperature, you shouldn't see any, and it should come together in about 5 to 10 seconds. So now that we've added our cream cheese, to add our salt and our vanilla extract. And again, I'm going to beat this on medium speed, and I'm not going to beat it for very long, about 5 seconds, just until it combines a little bit. And I'm going to stop. I'm going to mix this on low speed and then kind of stop in the middle of it and then scrape the bowl down as best as I can. And again, I can crank up the speed once I don't see any powdered sugar around the bowl. And you know, you want to beat this as little as possible because you don't want to break down the cream cheese too much, but you also want some air in it. So I'm scraping down my bowl, and this is the texture. It's really light and airy, but it's not too loose. It has a perfect consistency for piping. And okay, so to make the little carrot tops, this is optional. If you want to do this, you can. I'm going to use a little scoop, and then I'm going to put them in these little bowls. I'm doing 1 scoop for the green leaves or the green toppings, and then 2 scoops for the carrots. So I'm going to add green food coloring to my green leaves, and I'm just going to stir it around, and this is a perfect color, so it's all good to go. I'm going to set that into a piping bag, and with a tip, I'm using the number 67 leaf piping tip. That is it. Let's get started with our orange coloring. Now for my carrot, I'm going to add yellow and red food coloring, and I'm just gonna add small kind of drips to this. I don't want to overmix, don't want to add too much red to this. So right now it's looking a little yellow, so I'm going to add about 2 or 3 more drops of red, and now this is looking perfect. This is as good as it's going to get, I think. So again, I'm going to set this to the side, and I'm going to add it to my piping bag. So for the piping, I kind of start in the center, and I am also pressing on the bag and swirling counterclockwise. And you want to put enough pressure where it is kind of filling the circle, and then you kind of just lightly press up. And when you're done, you just kind of flick to the side, no more pressure. So for my carrots, I'm just putting a little bit of pressure on the top and letting the buttercream just kind of come down on its own. So I put a little bit of pressure on the top and letting the frosting just kind of drip down on its own, and then I just flick away. And for the green leaves, same, just put a little bit of pressure and then lift kind of up. And it's super cute and simple, and yeah, that is it. So I'm kind of topping it with walnuts that I've kind of chopped up, and then I put 2 or 3 little bigger pieces, and then kind of the dusting of the chopping residue, just kind of let that drip to the side. And that is how it looks. I think it's simple and super cute and festive. Right into these cute little cupcakes. I think they're so festive and so cute, and I think that orange liner is just giving me that little extra carrot cake vibe. So if you want to go out there and buy some, I think they're super cute. But I can smell all the spices, and you can see the carrots that carrot striation just coming through. They baked up so beautifully, and everybody loved these cupcakes in the bakeries. And I really hope you guys enjoy this cupcake too. And I think they just look super cute. They're really going to be a showstopper. And let's bite into it. Guys, it's so soft and tender, and that cream cheese frosting is not too soft. It's perfectly silky. I mean, it just shines through. It's such a delicious cupcake. I really hope you guys try this out. I think it's a really great Easter cupcake, and it's super cute too. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel.